the case in court. And when it comes to the timing of judgment, if you watch, I've been very careful on the things I really say at this point in time. Yes, we all need to be astute, we all need to be apt, we all need to be intelligent about the things we do going forward, and we need to put our eyes on the judiciary. However, there's no date for judgment yet. It's not out of place. It happens, but I'm happy that you guys are talking about it, just to say. So, it is expected that they will communicate the date of judgment to the lawyers. So they are not obligated to publicize it. But definitely, once it reaches our lawyers, it has reached us, and we'll be sure to make mention of it. The only problem is that this affects some of the arrangements that we are doing as it relates to the matches we intend to do, the outreach, the walks, and many other things that we intend to do. But that is why I am begging each and every one of you, please be prepared to come out at any time, at any day, so that immediately we hear the announcement as to the time of the judgment, we will not be caught unawares. And don't be surprised that they themselves are making their own arrangements. So we need to be steps ahead of anybody or any group, so that we can get it all done with. So that's what it is, man.
Okay, thank you so much, Yusin. And Mandy D, I think you've heard. All right, so once the date is communicated to the attorneys, definitely we will know and we will definitely bring it out there for everyone to know. So, um, you see, as an inside scoop about what's going on. Don't ask him how he knows stuff. Just understand that once the date is out, we'll definitely know and we'll communicate to everybody. So thank you so much, Yusi. I appreciate that. All right, so due process, are you there? Can you take it away, please? It's all you, bro.
Good morning, boss. Good morning, Ngozi, and every other person on the platform. Uh, it's been a long while, and it's a privilege to be here to contribute towards the Rebuilding Nigeria project. I feel very excited to see the gigantic billboard standing in front of the appeal court. It's a very huge step, and I want to appreciate everybody that have played a role. See it stand in the front of the appeal court. It's a huge reminder to the body of judiciary and the entire country and the international community that Nigerians are awakened than ever. And I want to use this opportunity to inform the House that I'm currently building a very beautiful coffin for the APC, because I don't see an escape route for them. They did it to Jonathan, as cool as he is, so there is no harm giving them a replay. It's a return leg, so I'm building a very beautiful coffin that will be conveyed through a car that will be coming to Abuja on the Judgment Day. That coffin will not be buried; it will be burnt alive, because APC don't deserve a befitting burial. They deserve to be burnt because they have done a lot of harm to Nigeria than good. We need to burn them so that history will not come back to repeat itself. Thank you, thank you, thank you all.
And guys, on the vex, so.
As in, I know what I want to talk. We don't hear key, born, everything today.
Oh my God. Lami, what do you have to say about your Niger people? You guys are vexing. What? Due process. Please send me a picture. I want to put it up my Twitter handle. I would post it for you. Believe that I will. And thank you very much. Mother Key, what's up, man? I am a soldier. Let's hear from you.
Kamal, good morning. Good morning,
It's been a
everyone.
minute.
Uh,
It's been a
Actually,
minute,
I mean,
man.
good morning. Now, good morning. I live English today for who sabi English. Moko speak Pidgin today. Yeah, so it's really nice that we are here again today. And seriously, I was here just to air out my own view on the current happenings in Nigeria and this Ecowas issue where they go say they want go war. Me myself, I don't they want people. People now say that they support things where they happen, that they support we need this one, we need this one. Now we go at long suffer. Then say ground where two horses have been at two elephants they fight. That be the elephants they suffer and at the ground they suffer and because now in the match. If they tumble one of the elephant at the ground go still suffer and I think they almost happen for Nigeria be this. And me, I just want to urge some of us. I know we've actually done wrong by thinking that we are actually electing the right president. Yes, everybody did his own part, but those that voted against us, they did their part. But time don't reach home, I go get sense. Time don't reach home, I go know, say, this man wey dey there, not be for anybody. He just dey there for himself. That person is power drunk. I've said if you look at most of these people that are in this ECOWAS, the head of state presidents where they ECOWAS, those people are self-centered. They want to remain in power until they die, give their children, may they continue. Military juntas wey just come out for West Africa, being Africa, those people are trying. Yes, military regime is not the best. We know it's not the best. But are we tell people that these people sworn to the constitution, they took an oath that they'll protect this constitution. And this constitution, not be for anybody, Papa, now for the people, the masses. If they sworn to protect this constitution, they sworn to protect us. Now, what in Niger to be that, we don't understand. No. They are protecting their own people and they are even trying. Imagine them having ministers as civilians. Come on, Haba. Which military regime they do? And even in Nigeria here, they not try and only some few people. I think either IBB even tried it. But in get another interior motive. These people are trying. You should allow them. The masses have endorsed these people. These people spoke out. This is what we want. Allow them. What it concerns ECOWAS. Our own president with this Boko Haram will never tackle them. We are still here thinking of going to visit another person's land. We shouldn't forget that most of these people who call Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, bandit, now from that place they come from. All these Okada men, Meruas, all these people having cures, selling with wheelbarrow, gate men, now from Niger. Person will come Nigeria, come struggle today, make him feed him family, where they back home for Niger. Here say they killing wives, Nigerian soldier killing wives. You wait, they guide you for your house, and go wipe you off to revenge. You know go meet Tinubu to revenge. So now you when they guide, now you go revenge. Before you know, people where they sell vegetable, they run the poison. And Meruas, we work, they buy water outside, bring one truck of water for us, they go poison our water. Before you know, one disease don't catch you, one infection don't catch you, now die be that. We should know the implication of what is about happening. As for we, the Northerners, I beg, let us push this narrative. Forget what has happened. We can right the wrong. It is not too late. We can always right the wrong. We are all seeing hunger is everywhere. Yesterday in my house, cable what we removed from borehole. Thief come when rain they fall, heavy rain, they steal all this thing under rain. We only woke up and saw that our fence was a little bit broken and they stole all those things. All this, I said you don't blame these people. There is hunger everywhere. But if you catch the thief, it will change by force. But it was also unfortunate. Nobody saw him and we cannot trace him. But the truth is that hunger is everywhere. And we are the only people, Nigerians, you have to come together. If you have those agbados who they send to come and spy on or listen to what we are saying here, I'm saying this to you people. Mokuna get sense today. Please, it is time we come together as Nigerians. This is not about Tinubu or this person, this person. We all know it. When these people are struggling for power, we hear that a token will be sent to your account for you to go and spend your holiday for country. We know good. We know when not get anything good, they send people outside, which means the federal government is even sponsoring people to go outside the country and go and spend holidays with their family. If one happen, me and you there, our holiday now for what front you go there? Oh. I beg, more could get sense too, more get sense small. That is my submission. Mark, if I say any foul word, I beg me no vex. More than not find me, I don't get money this time. Thank you.
Malaki, thank you for your submission. If you had said any foul word, definitely would have collected 5 fertilizer bags from you, 5 bags of fertilizer from your farm. So you're good for now. Thank you very much. You're absolutely right. The war is not an option. The so-called people you want to fight war with, they are all over your country. They've infiltrated your country that you don't even know they are not your citizens. Then they are in every nook and cranny of your country. So why would you want to? Guys, I'm telling you guys this. There is an undertone to this war. Excuse me, guys. There is an undertone to this war. There is something in Niger that we don't know, but these people refuse to say. That is why this man, not even up to 90 days, he wants to fight a war. I just don't understand. Where is the military? Where is the money? I just don't get it. Maybe I'm delusional. I don't know. But one thing I know for a fact, he is not a legitimate president. He can never be. I know he is trying to legitimize himself in that actual work. He is doing everything possible to gain that legitimacy in the eyes of the world. He wants to be accepted, and we would not give him that credence, not for 1 second. We won't. So, the judiciary, please, Nigeria deserves better. Do the right thing. Judiciary, do the right thing. We beg of you. Do the right thing. That's all we ask for. Don't favor us. Don't give us what is not ours. Just do the right thing. No technicalities whatsoever. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the conversation going. I think the next person should be Gold. Is it Gold Model? I think, yeah, Gold Model. The space is yours. Please, if
Yeah.
you're up here and you want to speak, raise your hand up. If you don't raise your hand up, we don't know if you want to speak. We, we just assume you want to come chill with us and we would not call you. So please raise your hand up and we will get to you. So, Gold Model, the space is yours. Take it away.
Good day, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, but you sound like Angie.
Good
And you
day.
laugh like her. Oh my God.
Yeah. Um, I want to just make a submission. I was listening to Arise News this morning. What is trending? And this man have sent a request to the Senate, and the Senate did not approve Nigeria to partake in this. And Senate is on recess, and is going for this war again. This is another illegitimate move. He's already illegitimate president, and is going on another illegitimate move. What is his problem? What is his problem? the Nigerians said they don't support this thing. They don't support it. And he's still fighting on. Who is playing this drum for him at the detriment of his people? I think the people that voted for him to defend the country, defend them. And he's not even thinking about any of those people, because it's not everybody that voted for him. He said it on the day he accepted the fake results. He said it that he knows that we didn't vote for him. So why is he don't want to cause problem in Nigeria? These Niger people, they are our brothers. In everywhere. I'm in River State. There's this tiger nut that we normally eat. All of them selling these things are Nigerian. They say they don't have it in the north because of Boko Haram and all that. They go to Niger to bring it. So if these people decide to poison that food and sell it to us, what will happen? The people that are shining our shoe, cleaning, clearing and everything, picking dirty everywhere, they are Nigerian. So what will happen? And we don't have any issue with them. We don't have any problem with them. So why do our selected president want to put enmity between our neighbors, our brothers, our sisters? This is a call for the judiciary to do the right thing. They don't have a choice. They have to do the right thing. Overwhelming evidence everywhere, and it's happening every day. All this is a pointer that the judiciary have a duty to uphold this nation. Everybody is just holding on because they are waiting for the judiciary. People are tired already. Even the people that voted for APC, they are tired. In the streets, everybody is waiting, praying for the judiciary to do the right thing. Even the people that voted for him are praying for judiciary to give Peter Obi the mandate. So judiciary should do the right thing. Everybody is not supporting this man. Forget those ones that come to the internet because of 2 naira data that they give to them. They are just doing their work because of the money. Inside them, they know that this government is not favoring anybody. So judiciary, do the right thing because Nigeria deserve better. Thank you. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you so much, good model. All right, moving on. Hey, God, why did I even decide to unmute now? In your bong Browns. That's your name, right?
Yeah, that's my name. Please, you can call me Brown, not Inyobo. Okay, please, I want to ask. I'm a couple. I'm afraid of going for this war. Like, everyone is just wondering because they said coppers are reserved. Please, will coppers also go for this war? Because I'm tired. That man that is up there, he doesn't have sense at all. Even a 6-year-old child self will understand that he did not win that seat. And he's just going there to destabilize everything that Buhari even tried to amend self. I'm just tired too. I'm just hoping that the courts should just give us the final say. And secondly, everything will be fine. Just that we are just holding quietly, as our sister said, for the final say of the judgment. And please, when is the date for this judgment day itself?
The date is not out yet. When the date is released, definitely we will all know. So the date is not out.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, let's just hold everyone responsible. Like the APC, they should be held accountable for everything that is happening now. Those that voted for the APC, they should be held accountable. Honestly, we are tired. We are just tired. Everything, we are tired.
Please, when you come up here, please don't unmute your mic until you're called. Me, I don't, the curse word, you can, my own is, I don't take money for curse word. Unmute your mic, you will pay me. And I kid you not, 1,000 naira. Because you are stressing Ngozi. All right, in your bond, please continue your submission.
Okay, my submission is this. Please, we should all put pressure on this government. Like, we should all like support Niger, telling them that we are not in support of whatsoever is happening right now. That whatsoever decision they are taking, that is on their head. That we are all standing by them, and there's nothing, no seconds will leave them. We should all support Niger. That's what they want, and that's what I want from us. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, in your bond.
Angie, let me quickly comment. Yeah, sorry, when you're done, go ahead.
Oh, no, Ma, go ahead. I'm done.
Oh, okay. Yes, when you I was at Steve Space yesterday, and there's this lady from Niger. I think her name is Yamana Chu. She speaks English fluently, and she came up to say and tell everybody that was in that space that they are not in support of the war. They would resist the war. That the people of Niger are happy with the present state of things in Niger. And which is quite interesting. And I think Iwachik asked her if they don't have any problem with the present military regime. And she said no, that as a matter of fact, they are excited because they don't like the previous president, that they do not like him, that he was placed there to do the bidding of the former one. So they are so excited that he's been removed. So it's so interesting that you are fighting for people that don't want you to fight for them. And I told her, I was trying to see if I can get her here today, but I would do this. I would try to reach out to her and see how we can host a space with her in a more Milan match crew. So we would um, we'll host the space and then relate the message to this so-called dum dum, because I don't think that man understands what's going on. So the best thing is just to keep hammering it and making him hear. And if he doesn't want to hear, well, the judiciary will hear on his behalf. So yeah, we don't want the war. We're not in support of the war, and we would not in no way or fashion support the war. So yeah, thank you for your submission. I just wanted to put that out there. And yes, Angie has put up the link up there. We are live on Facebook. Please, guys, if you know anybody on Facebook or you're on Facebook and you want to listen to us, follow the link, share it among your friends and family and your Facebook timeline, and let everybody know that we are live and we're talking about these issues that concerns them and every other person. We are still alive. We are waiting on the judiciary. So don't give up on Nigeria. Don't give up on your mandate. Be ready to go out there and express your joy or your grievances when the time comes. Guys, it is our mandate. We deserve better, and war is not an option at this point. Let's keep this conversation going. Yes, I know some people have been here before now, but hey, guys, I will take somebody that I know is there to this movement that has been part of us from get go. Yes, Angie, go ahead.
Yeah, can we allow not to go first, because I think he's at work and he just wants to speak and go back.
Who?
Ban Is it Barnard or something like that? Yeah. Or 4 something.
Oh, okay. Okay, Bernard. Okay, Bernard, let's allow you go and so you can get back to work and make that money. All right, go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Gazi. Good morning, Big Man. Good morning, women in Nigeria. I thank everyone for every work each and every one of us are doing. But before I go on, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, if we can hear. If we can't hear you, we'll let you know.
Okay. Like I thank you for all the works we have been doing for not backing down, notwithstanding what is going on in the country. I encourage everyone to keep the good work going, and I believe that God will reward us at the end of the rejoice. And as what is going on in Niger now, I believe that why this man, this selected president Ebola, is trying to legitimize himself and in the presence of the Westerners. The same reason why this Bazoum was removed, because he was trying to make friends with the Westerners. Then people decided to join hands together and remove him in a bloodless coup that happened without the loss of any life, and which gave the citizens of the Nigerians happiness. Like it was as if something marvelous happened to them. And now this ECOWAS are trying to go in with force to remove the people's choice, because as it is now, democracy is the government of the people. The people are in support of the coup, so which means they are practicing democracy. So I don't know why this man. I can't just say I don't know why, because during the electoral season, the period, this man was busy going to France, and I was asking myself, what really is this man going to France to do? Do Nigeria have any ties with the French nation? I was like confused, because if you look at all our leaders, we either have ties with the UK or the US. So why is this man going to French or to France? Well, it's a question that needs to be answered. And now he's about to fight the French war using ECOWAS, which is so ridiculous. I don't have much to say about this Niger war. I don't want to advise him, because he's a dump. If you look at all the policies he has ever laid out since his inauguration, starting from the day as a leader he came out and said subsidy is gone. You know, that's the worst thing. That I can't even imagine a leader coming out, someone that wants to be the leader, the president of a nation, and then coming out openly to say something that will bring panic and fear in the people's mind. So it's so I don't know what to say, but it's so dumb for me. And then coming out again to issue open threat to Niger, and then coming back again to say you want to negotiate or dialogue. That's I don't know. That man, this we all this crowns all that we have been saying with the obedient since starting from the campaign season, that this man has nothing to offer. Now, I thank God that it's not even up to it's not even up to 3 months, and everything is playing out to be the way we foresee it to be. But I really don't have much to advise him, because if anyone needs advice, he will come out openly to seek for advice on what to do before he's being removed through the judiciary. Because I believe that they are forced, they are ought to do the right thing. And what's happening in the north? Because if this war should go on, the north will feel it the most before it will now spread across the southern and eastern states. Though Nigeria can't even afford to go to war at this point in time, because if you look at what is happening in the country, the banditry, clean everywhere in Plateau, in Benue, all Zamfara, everywhere, there are killings everywhere. And this my brothers, I will say they are my brothers, this IPOB, and they are unknown gunmen. They are there waiting for something that will bring chaos in the country for them to strike. And this man is trying to move into Niger. That's crazy and ridiculous. He has not fight what's it called? The poverty, the hunger and the poverty that is roaming about in the country, and is now planning to go to war, which the country doesn't have the financial capacity to go into any kind of war, any kind, even with anybody or tribal war, any form of war. And this man is as I don't want to use some words because I don't have money to, but it's just thinking in that direction. So what I have to say in regards to this, we shouldn't let this not take while this obedience is existing, because why we are here is to get this mandate
And if let's still put all our focus on the judiciary, as we are also talking about this war, let's try as much as we can. I know what these are. One of my brothers, forgotten his name, he said he's making a coffee that is gonna burn them into ashes, which is a good idea. I commend that initiative to burn them because they don't deserve a befitting burial. So whatever we are doing, I thank you for all we have been doing, even speaking up about this war. But among all, what is more important is eyes on the judiciary. Let's not take our eyes away from the judiciary and be putting it on the Niger. If he likes, if he wants, he should go to war. I believe that if he eventually goes to war, I believe that there will be internal war in the country, which will take him out of that office. So we should, whatever he wants to do, he should go on and do it. I know that the North voted for him, gave him more votes, not that they voted for him because he is illegitimate. They gave him more vote, and the best way in which he will now try compensate them is giving them war, bringing war to their doorstep. That's crazy. So I thank everyone. And before I go, I will say, no matter what we are doing, whether we're talking about the war, let's focus on the judiciary. Let's focus on the judiciary. That is very important. Thank you, and God bless you all.
All right, thank you so much, Bernard. Moving on, let's hear from Shiloh Doctor. I think that's who I wanted to call the last time, so let's have him speak.
Thank you. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. Big Mac, Lamine, NG, everybody on this space. Permit me to paint a picture. Somebody was talking earlier about the implications, right? And I want to just continue on that with regards to going to war. We have to understand, I'm sure we all agree and understand that the territorial integrity of this country, Nigeria, has already been compromised for a very long time because you have several non-state actors, be it Boko Haram, be it bandits, herdsmen, be it what do they call them again? Unknown gunmen. All these.
You forgot to call Asari.
A non-state actor now, unknown gunmen. All those guys. Exactly. All these elements have been rampaging the country for a long time. And then this same country is posturing to go to war with a capacity of 230,000 active personnel, right? Alone. This same country that is still facing these conflicts in Nigeria, I'm talking about Nigeria now, wants to go to war with their neighbor. This is a picture. This is what is likely to happen in such a scenario. If you go to a country, if you want to go to war with Niger, that is your neighbor, you have a problem of motivations and morale. What do I mean by that? First of all, you are talking about going to war with a country who is unified because they truly believe that they are fighting to get themselves out of the vestiges of colonialism in terms of their affiliations with France and all that. So personnel, military personnel and civilians are unified. Whereas you would see that in a soldier that is coming from Nigeria, going to fight in a senseless war, there will be different motivation. There are several cases in point. To give an example, just to highlight, during the Second World War in 1945, when they had won in Europe, when the Allies had won in Europe, they did their calculations and said, we cannot, they are still fighting Japan. And they said, okay, we can't afford to commit this many men again, because these people are resolved. They are motivated. They will not give an inch of their land. That is what led them to even talk about dropping the H-bomb and the A-bomb, the atomic bombs back in the day. But we don't even have, in fact, what you can even say is that with Niger now, what we're already doing is tantamount to an atomic bomb because these are our neighbors. I'm saying this to say that Nigeria does not have the capacity, we don't even have the luxury of going into a war of attrition where it is about numbers and people, and the more you have, the more you get. We don't have that luxury because there's too much happening within the country already. We don't have that luxury. Do you think that a soldier that is sent to a senseless war will get only to get a call that, oh, his family member has passed away because they did not pay tax to some bandit back at home, whether in Mokwa or Potiskum or Mongu or Udi or wherever? Do you think that person will have the same motivation as somebody who believes they are fighting for their country? You will have a soldier, you will have a contingent that will be going against conventional warfare in terms of military versus military and non-conventional warfare, because militias will form and come and fight this same Nigerian army. This is the picture you are painting. This is what Nigeria is putting themselves into. The motivations and morale are totally different. And somebody mentioned already that you have, because of the close relationships you have people that are already in Nigeria. Do you think that wouldn't seep in? This animosity. We don't have the luxury of having to fly over. There is no water body dividing us. Well, this is our next door neighbor. And by the way, do you know what this also provides? It provides firm breeding grounds for more youth to go to these non-state actors, Boko Haram and the likes, because it is a perfect PR stunt for them. This is what potentially this war can create, or is going to create. All this because of one man's ambition, because of his lack of knowledge and foresight. By the way, the Kandadi Dam in Niger has strong, once it's complete, it's got to have control even down to the river Niger. Why would you want to take a war stance with your neighbor who potentially can control one of the resources that is dear to you as a country? Why? We do not have the luxury to go into a war of attrition with anybody right now. There is too much already. To the generalship, I will ask, where is your pride? Where is your honor? I know you do not care because you are not directly going to be at the front lines. But to your men who you want to go and send out there, you think they do not have families? Your men who do not have, who are grossly underfed, undernourished. Welfare is there's nothing to write home about. Do you think, I hope you know by the end of the day, if this thing should tilt, you will be the first point of contact. We're saying these things because we know at least at the end of the day, soldier bona human being. These are the potential ripple effects that this same man is going to put our country into. We cannot afford to go to war with anybody. We're already at war in the country. That is the point. We can go on and on with so many examples. But guess what? As we are here discussing, these people do not give a care in the world. They do not care. That is why me and you here are discussing. They are busy talking about sharing money. They are busy talking about one thing. And of course, for Tinubu, it is more imminent because the number one thing on his mind is preservation, self-preservation. But he will do anything and everything to cling to that power. That is why he does not care about whatever the implications are. But I'm trying to paint a picture for us to understand. The imminent danger is more than anybody's ambition. And we must continue. Because if the judiciary thinks for a second that we have lost focus, this is more motivation to tell them that, listen, this is exactly why we are keeping our eyes on you. Because we have to get these people out of the office. Because they were not supposed to be there in the first place, and then they are going to destroy us. I hope that this is able to paint pictures for people to understand why it is very important to focus and put our eyes on the judiciary so that justice will be done. Because we need to set a lot of things right. Make I yield for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shiloh, Doctor. Justice must be done. All right, judiciary, our eyes are on you. Please, if you like to speak, raise your... nobody's even raising... Mark, let's end this space, I beg. If they are planning, they're after my life. It's now that I'm co-hosting that everybody don't want... Here you go, Allah. I will remove everybody. Obiekwe, you can unmute your mic and speak.
I see people raising their hand up now. NASA hand is up. Macklin hand is up. OJ hand is up.
From my head, I can't
Okay,
see.
are you with me?
Kenzie, yeah, Obiekwe, go ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. God, thank you for meeting me again. The phone was falling off, and in a bit to get the phone back, I just had to touch it. Sorry about that. I want to thank everybody on this platform. You guys are doing extremely great. God bless every one of you. You spend time and resources, things you could ordinarily close or keep mute and observe, but you are coming all out to let all Nigerians know what they should know and what we need to do. Thank you so much. God bless you. On the war options, on the what Nigeria deserve, we deserve much better. We actually deserve better than what we are having. Everybody knows that we didn't vote this man. And if you walk in the mind of a drug dealer, he is driven by selfish interest. What he wants, it is himself and himself. You'll be shocked that this man doesn't even care if Buhari's family is being killed in Katsina. No concern him. He's not interested. What he's interested about is himself. In fact, I'm not sure he's even going to listen to anybody in what is going on, whether he's bent on making sure he secures this position. I'm even advising him to continue because everything is getting towards his extinction. He doesn't even know what's happening. In fact, the prayers of Nigerians are even going up. The smoke where they go off for night and day over this man head go. He be like fly where when they hear. They say now inside grave now they end up. So this one, let him be going. What is coming after him will even start from the north. The north, I know, are not interested in what is doing, and that is where the reactions will come from. So let him continue. Our eyes are on the judiciary. They have seen all the evidences that we have, all the evidences that are on ground, even the evidences that the court that has precedents in court. They are seeing them. So we are looking at them. Let's see what they are going to say about that. They are also seeing what is happening. They are not from the bomb. They are they breathe. Now they see, they use mouth, they see. So they are seeing what is going on. So let's see how they are going to turn these things around. Except they don't have the skin, except they are not feeling it. By the time they do what they are not wanting, sorry, this is not a violent space, but I'm just speaking the way my heart is allowing me to express myself. So whatever they want to do, let them continue. But we are watching them. Nigerians are watching them. Not be only obedience, now the thing they affect. Some of them where I even know around where say what is Obi, who is Obi, and they say that this time around, if you see the eye, don't go inside. Some of them, you won't believe what you are seeing. Sometimes I'll view, I say, it's good. They are not interested.
Obiekwe, we're trying, we're struggling. You're breaking off. I think you're receiving a phone call again. So please could you drop and come back because we've tried for long. All right, moving on. Let's hear from Nash. We're just gonna call people once. Chimezie. Chimezie, are you there? Going.
I'm there. Good morning, Ngozi. Which one?
Ngozi, I send you to you see Ngozi, you see the book out. You can not send anybody. Chimezie, is in the earpiece. Please remove your earpiece if you are using the earpiece, I beg.
Okay, I'll do that just for a second. Can you hear me now?
Do you hear me now?
Do you see? Have you removed the head?
Okay. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Magnific dude. All the wonderful speakers who has made a wonderful submission. Nigeria deserves better. That's my concern. If the man occupying Asorok likes, make he go fight for Ukraine, take over from Russia. That one no dey bother me. He go get his match outside there. But Nigerians deserve better. What are the implications of the decision of the occupant of Asorok at this moment? A lot of Nigerians are already going through emotional moments. Moment that it could only be experienced if a nation is in a war and there is no supply. That's the kind of experience Nigerians are having these days. Because you are not sure that you will go out of the streets and come back alive or come back that day without being kidnapped, without having a stray bullet, without falling into the hands of the bandits. Wherever you are in the cities of Nigeria, that's how bad it is. But because some people have the privilege and they're out of the space of Nigerian borders, they keep tweeting buys on the social media, calling people names, profiling obedience and all that kind of things. The situation of Nigeria could only be borne by Nigerians. Iran protested because the government wasn't doing one simple thing like that. The same thing in France, the same thing in either Pakistan or so. So, but it is only in this country that a president or whatever they call themselves, or even the governors, will stand up and make a decision that could ruin the life of many people. And the person still has the support of some Nigerians. And that makes them very confident that since we have people that are supporting us, what do we have to lose? We have to do what we have to do. So I don't know whether it is intentional or it is out of ignorance or lack of expertise in leadership that is causing it. But for me, all I see is wickedness on daily basis. You have put a letter to the National Assembly
And they said we cannot involve our military in the invasion of our neighbors. And still yet, you had a meeting yesterday, and all you could come up with is that your standby troops should go into Niger without considering the cost, the cost that it will take from your country. We have 77 trillion before we borrowed this 500 billion if it has been released to us, because at the time I no longer listen to what happens to borrowing. So, which you are about to pay or you are supposed to pay. But you are looking at how you will borrow another money to buy weapon and send some soldiers to go and die on the street of Niger and kill some other people in Africa. And for our understanding first, what is the problem? What led to the queue in Niger? I had an information or one of the tweets that stated that there was a planned coup before the inauguration of this government that was overthrown. And this same coup leader now was the one that stopped the coup and they rescued the circumstances and they did inauguration. So 2 years later, the person that rescued you didn't see you change anything and then went on that mission to complete it. So they have stated that the France is exploiting us, the Americans are exploiting us. Every one of them have an interest in our resources, and we are bankrupt. Our people are suffering. Militants and terrorists are invading our territories, and so many people are no longer living in their areas. And each time the military want to make a move, the French troop will tell them that it shouldn't be so, that it is against the human rights charter or something like that. So since they cannot help them other than to maim them and they use the opportunity to exploit them, they decided to take their destiny in their own hands. So what is the matter that we are running after to go and invade them? It just get me psych whenever I want to think about it, because there is no wisdom in the president pushing himself with the Ecowas to go into Niger. I think this is a diplomatic issue. And if the people are tired of that president as they are now, their decision should stand. It might not be military government, but let them either conduct a fresh election or do what they are supposed to do within the space of 3 months and let them have a democratic government, not to invade them and restore the same man that has been killing them. It's just a sort of wickedness, and I don't want to meddle into their face of the political leaders in Africa. We have seen that they have no intention of making Africa a better land. Each and every one of them have houses in UK, have houses in America. So it is for us, ordinary men on the streets, to learn wisdom and begin to gang up against them. So if everybody left them during the election as the obedient did and followed the path of purpose and a hopeful future, I think we wouldn't be here. Yakub Mahmoud wouldn't have opportunity to even write the result and give to somebody. It is because some people are still not learned. Some people are still tribalistic. Some people are still bigotry. Some people are thinking that their religion is to be in government. And that's the problem we have. So I think we need to educate people more on the problem of Nigeria and pipe down on tribalism. I changed my name from this thing. So, but at the time I come back, because I have been in a reality show in Abuja that lasted for about 3 weeks. And tribe for us in that house was an advantage. Everybody talk of their culture, everybody talk about the things that their culture are not doing right, and all of us are on the same page. We had Yoruba, we had the Doma, we had Hausa indigenous, we had people Muslim. I think we had one Muslim in our this thing, but it's a Christian organized show, though it has no religious inclination. But religion tribe was an advantage. It makes people feel better. And somebody has found a wife in the midst of the 2015 event of that Inspire Youth Network. So I don't see why it is different in Nigerian politics. It is just the people who are wicked, incompetent, and has no purpose for Nigeria using that angle to exploit us. I yield my microphone for now, and God bless every obedient who have a good intention of a better Nigeria, because there are still obedients who are counting on something. And when they are not getting that something, they look for another place. There are bloggers, there are influencers, there are so many things. But I believe that 90 to 80% of obedience are struggling for a better nation. Even if you want to take a jackpot route these days, it's not easy anymore. If you have 10 million to go to US and 8 million to go to UK, why can't you start a business? You will make it better in Nigeria. So it's not easy to jackpot again. So all of us are in this mess together. Whether rich or poor, we are in this mess together. And God will deliver us in Jesus' name. Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you so much, Chimezie. That was a really nice submission. Ambassador for good governance. Please, Mark, bring Lamin back up. Oh. Ambassador, yeah, we're waiting for you.
Okay, is it my turn to speak now?
Ambassador. I thought I was yelling you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you, my sister. Thank you very much. Mag, I greet you, my wonderful brother. And let me also use this opportunity
Ambassador, where have you been? Ambassador for good governance.
Yeah, I've been with Tinubu now. We are trying to see how we are going to arrange the country, but it's very difficult.
Please don't be with the wrong person. You rather be by yourself.
Yeah, you're right, my brother. Don't mind me. Okay, thank you very much, my wonderful obedient family. You guys are really, really doing great. You have been consistent, and then God will bless you all.
Ambassador, 1 second. Ambassador, 1 second, please. Angie, I have to take you down and bring you back up because it's not letting me give out a co-host again. So please bear with me. Go ahead, Ambassador.
Okay. All right. So let me say this quickly. Many people have come up here to speak, to give their submission, and I really, really enjoy some of their robust conversation. But the truth still remains that at this junction, we have to put our political proponent aside and then see the reality as it is. In the land as it is today, there is hunger, there is famine, there is difficulty, there is hardship. Be you APC member, be you a PDP member, be you AAC, whatever party affiliation that you belong to, everything is hitting everyone. No one is exception. Then, as the topic says, Nigeria deserves better. Yes, Nigeria deserves better. Nigeria deserves better. With all the natural resources we have in our country, but we have been subjected to such hardship. Meanwhile, the politicians are there living flamboyant lives. Then what is the essence of having them as leaders if they cannot have at least that sense of leadership? Now, look at what happened in what do you call this country again? In Sri Lanka. They discovered, not even to discover, they felt it as well. They see that they saw that the president that was elected was not capable of handling the nation's affair. Look at the economy of the country crumbling. Everything was going down. Everything was crumbling. And they did what? They picked up themselves together, summon the courage, and went there and called for his resignation. Because if you are incapable, there's no need of you to be there. This man is just there for 2 good months, or let me say, getting to 3 months now. But look at the state of the nation. That shows that he is not competent. That is why when the other topic that says but not legitimate, yes, on this ground we can now say yes, you are not legitimate. You don't even have what it takes to be the president. You have shown that you are not capable. There is no capability. You came into the country when Naira was almost 600 and something for $1. But look at where it is right now. If time is not taken, before the end of this month, it is going to get up to 1,000 Naira for $1. Inflation, how many percent? Close to 25%. Who does that to his people? And you call yourself a leader? Look at what happened in the Senate last night, in the House of Senate last night, when they talked about giving themselves allowances to go and enjoy their holidays. Meanwhile, the people that you are leading are starving, are dying of hunger. That is not right. Actually, I lived in French. I've been in the circle of francophone for like more than let me say more than 28 or 30 years. I've been in France. So France people are not ready to leave Niger. So this war, if ECOWAS intervene or they did not intervene, these French people are ready to, intervene with military. Because if they lose Niger, according to what they are talking about, most of all this nuclear center that is here, they won't be able to get quantity of uranium to power their reactors. And that is what they are afraid of. And not only about that, they want to control the market of uranium. They want to control that market, even to the extent that Niger people said, okay, let us also have our own reserve. They said, no, you are not going to be entitled to have any reserve. Most of all these francophone countries, if they tells you what they are going through under these French people, you will pity them. They've lost money and they know what they look at their economy. It impacted on their economy. They lose Burkina Faso and they also lose Guinea Conakry. So they are struggling all possible best to make sure that they don't lose Niger. Because if they lose Niger, it's like the sub-Saharan area, they're going to lose everything there. And that is what they are trying to prevent. Tinubu now accepting to become like a puppet. That is where the problem is. Because I think somebody said that if 2 elephants are fighting, it is the ground that suffers it. The masses are going to suffer it. And meanwhile, Tinubu is doing all those things just to gain legitimacy from them. But the European Union have already condemned the election that brought you through. So I don't see any way you will try to cover this mess. You are not legitimate. Accepting to do their bidding just because you want them to recognize you. America are also behind all those things. So to just cut everything short, let's also go into prayer that God should intervene. Because if ECOWAS with Nigeria did not attack Niger, France and America are going to do that. And when they do that, it is going to be another testing ground for war, for proxy war. Russia are just by the corner. So this is even beyond our control as it is today. As it is today, because most of all these French politicians, they've sworn that they are not going to leave Niger. They just allow what happened in Mali to happen because they lose control. Their military base in Niger they're even planning to send more troops, about 3,000 troops, joining the 1,500 troops that are in Niger currently. That is what they're debating right now. And not only about that, their military base, they're also planning to send more military equipment over there. So there is a problem. There is a very, very big problem. And someone also talked about our neighbor, which is Niger, dominate most of the market sectors. That is just the truth. But one thing we should try not to portray is that we are their enemies. We are not their enemies. We are actually against the war, but it is just because the person that doesn't have legitimacy wants to, use this opportunity to end that acknowledgement, is doing all those things in their favor, allowing the French people to use him as a puppet. So that is where the problem lies. So that is one of the things we should be portraying now to our neighbors so that they will know that we are not their enemies. We are also against the war. Thank God that most of all the northern senators, they kicked against it, and most of all the governors from the north, the country that have border with Niger, they also kicked all against it. So the Nigerians, we know that we are not actually in support of the war, because this war, what we are perceiving is that it's going to be bloody. It's going to be bloody because Wagner are actually warming up. As long as Wagner are warming up, I don't want in a situation whereby Niger is going to be a testing ground for the battle between NATO and the Russian. Because Russian as well, what they don't want is any link that is going to connect the African country to Europe in terms of supplying the gas, because Russia are the large producer of gas in Europe currently now. So because of this sanction and other stuff, so Europeans are finding it very difficult to deal with them. And if they now deal with Nigeria direct, so it is going to be a disadvantage for them. And that is also the reason why Russia are actually sending mercenaries to make sure that they dominate that sub-Saharan. And then at the end of the point, any plan that the Europeans are coming up with, European Union, then they will try to stand to sabotage it. So that is one of the big problems we are facing. Some of us that are here in France, most of what we've discovered, it is so pathetic. It is so pathetic that if it happens, their plan is that Africa will remain. They want to continue to impoverish Africa, and then they're going to use our soil to extract the mineral resources and enrich themselves, and that is wrong. Thank God that most of the other countries are waking up, and that is what they don't want. That is what they don't want. So let me not hold the mic for so long. I just want to also appreciate Ngozi, my sister Lamin, and Nelo, all of you guys, and Mag as well. Those of you that have been consistent, continue. God will reward you, and then don't give up the fight. This mandate, by the grace of God, we are going to get it back. I know it's not going to be easy, but let us keep trying. They say, don't give up, even when the bull is out. Thank you. I yield the mic.
All right. Thank you so much, Ambassador for Good Governance. It's nice having you on the space and listening to you. Please raise your hand. Please, if you're up here, raise your hand. Last warning. I'll just be removing people now. Mr. Kolade.
Good morning.
What people are waving, not raising. So please, that place you are seeing that waving this thing, click on the last part where you have like one hand standing on his own. Exactly.
Sorry, people's hands are up. Probably you're not seeing it. Good morning,
Hey,
please.
wow.
My hand is up. My hand has been up since. My hand is up.
It's like you people come and beat me in my house, Mark. They will just come and beat me. That's the only thing they will do. That's the one. But I called Nas. I called her. She didn't respond. Okay, Mr. Kolade, let me start.
No, I think Nash has been here for a while. If Nash is there,
hold on, please. Yeah. Please, Mr. Kolade, my people, please give me a minute, Mr. Kolade, and let's allow NASA go. NASA has been up and her hand is up. So please, NASA, go, and then we'll go with Mr. Kolade, then Mark Click. Please, let's go in that order. Angie, please clean the glass of your phone.
Now I can see their hands. They did not raise it. They just that they are just looking forward to beat today, but my God is bigger than them.
That's okay.
Okay. Oh my God, Angie, you're funny. Okay, so sorry. I didn't know when you called me. I think I was away from my phone for a bit. That's why. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. MC, Lami, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Concerning the topic on the jumbotron. Oh my goodness. First of all, I would repeat what I said yesterday. Why did these people hate us? I'm going to repeat what I said. Why do these people hate us? But then they feel like they can come into the country, Africa, especially to steal, I will use the word steal our resources, go back to their own country and develop their countries. Then I'll come back to our leaders that allow, because of their greed, because of how perverse they are, how wicked and perverse that they allow their greed rule over them and allow those people, or rather sell our resources to those people. Now, let me come to the war issue. I don't have a word for that stranger. He is a total stranger. I don't know who he is. We don't know his family members. We don't know anything about him. So for me, he is a stranger, and I will refer him as a stranger until P2B reclaim his mandate, our mandate. I have a lot to say, but then I kind of lost my train of thought while I was laughing. But I wanted to say something. We were talking about this Niger of the thing and the war and the fact that we don't have anything against Niger. We don't want the war. And you see other countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, which other country again? Okay, then you see the Russian and all that siding with Niger. Take, for instance, this thing, this war, God forbid, starts. What are the safety measures that this man put in place, this total stranger, for his, so to claim, his own country? What are the safety measures has he put in place? Yesterday, Honorable Adora was lamenting about evacuation. Has he evacuated the people in Niger before going to war with them? Has he evacuated the Nigerian citizens in Niger before going to war with them? Okay. Let's take, for instance, the citizens, the Nigerian citizens in Niger are safe in Niger. What about the people in Nigeria? What are the safety measures has he put in place? And he's starting a war. And again, we're here, we're talking about we don't want war, but then we have other countries, other African countries siding with Ecowas. I could say for an example, I could use Kenya. The president of Kenya just announced that he supports ECOWAS, what ECOWAS is doing. He's in support of it, that the coup they need to calm the coup down, that it shouldn't be, okay, let me take my breath. This is the time. If the judiciary has not been hearing us, if they've not heard anything we've said so far, this time is the moment they need to not just hear, but watch. Because if this war should erupt, I'm telling you, there will be no fly zone. Nobody is traveling anywhere. All of us go there, even them and their family. We've been crying out to them, praying, lamenting, and yet they can't even set a date. What is so hard? What is hard to set a date? What is there to set a date? Evidence is overwhelming. Thank you, Omega, for that music. Overwhelming evidence everywhere. Thank you to the 1 Million Man March crew for the explosion of the PEPT this thing. How will I put it? The fact that they come here on their own, not being paid. They tell us what is going on inside the court, word for word. So judiciary, this is to you now. I'm not going to tell you anything anymore. Look at what the stranger is doing. Look at what he's doing. And you use your tongue to count your teeth. In my language, they say, Adagwa ochinti na Yesu. They don't tell the